she has. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, at some point in here, it'll match. This will show, that shows you your values.
Okay.
Because this will neutralize all of your warm tones.
Gotcha.
And you'll see. And so when I'm painting, the reason I use this is I have my reference material over here and I have my painting here. And I will use this to take a look at both of them to see if my values are correct in what I'm working with. Okay, so that never gets white. No white at all. Ever, ever, ever. Just the one, these. And now when I'm done with that, I'll show you your shadow tones. Before I do that, I just mix a little tiny bit of white up here. Little tiny bit. Like that. And I don't bring it down and mix any more than that. And I do the same thing over here. I just give it a nod. More in the habit of just because now, yellow is so fussy that any time when you're working, any brush that you have that has paint on it, you put it in yellow and it changes everything.
Okay.
So with a little white there, it just allows access. I was kind of, I could have left more space for the yellow, but I was scooting over here. I didn't move that over far enough. Now, I want to show you how to use your, because this is the magic square right here. And I want these, the reason I want my yellow ochre here, and I don't want this mixed here, is because I only want an inch between the two of these. Because when you're using these, this is how this will be used. These will be connected together.
Okay.
Because if I'm wanting something dark, this is how, really dark, it'll be like right up and through here. Like I said, I will go down here. Or it's like right in here. Or in here. See, all of these is shadows. Anytime this is grayed down, you see even that. You see how I'm graying this down with this. So I use this to gray. So I'm going to say like 70 or 80% of your painting will be done right in here. You'll use this and you'll use that. But most of your flesh tones will be right in here. And all of your shadows, you don't go over here for shadow and try to lighten it up. It's going to be in here. See? That's a great. If I need more yellow, you see, I would just add more yellow to that.
Okay. And so do you use what do you do with the rest of that?
I use this for, in some places, like on her, maybe I will be using this in my darker shadow area.
Okay.
I use this for shadows and blonde hair. I use it for highlights and brunettes. But I use this flesh tone if it's appropriate.
Okay.
But this has a lot more range.
Gotcha.
So, you see the difference in what I was doing there. And so, I don't do any of the rest of this. I mean, I just leave that the way that it is. If I need more red over here, then I'll just pick it up and brush mix it. Because although I start out with knife mixes, when I'm working, I will work with brush mixes. And when I finish this whole palette will be all together. Because even when if I'm using, I might come over here and do this. Or if I want more pink, I will, do this. So, I will be going like that. Okay? I want you to take a photograph of this. Yes. Okay. That helpful for you?